Arthur Holland calling two skippers up. The noise is so great it's very difficult for anybody to hear the referee's whistle. Nobby Lawton's heard it. He's on his way up. That's Nobby Lawton, former Manchester United player. A new lease of life since he was transferred to Preston. There's Bobby Moore. Nobody will toss up. Leave it to the referee. So they're obviously going to play as they are at the moment, with West Ham defending the goal to our left. Now, you'll notice that the West Ham side, the team wear white shorts, but the goalkeeper, Standen, wears dark shorts. Now, whether this is a superstition or not, I don't know. That's Jim Standen, wearing dark shorts as opposed to the rest of his team. Sensibly wearing gloves because the ball's likely to be slippery. Alan Kelly, of course, wearing the same colour shorts as his team. Waiting for the signal from the Royal Box, and the 1964 Cup Final is about to begin. And it's Preston North End who kick off. Preston, remember, in the white shirts. It's going to take these teams a little time to settle down, to judge the pace of this ground, which is going to be wet on top, despite the fact that it's been drying since the early morning rain. Bond with the throw for West Ham. This is Holden. Now this is Spavin. Just watch the way this boy works. That's Moore, who's the cover centre half. Here's the youngster. Here's Howard Kendall, 17 years of age. Young John Sissons, he's only 18. Now Byrne. Throw to West Ham. Remember, both these teams play the 4-2-4 system. Bobby Moore is the cover centre half for West Ham, and Kendall is for Preston. Byrne, Sissons leaving it for Boyce. Byrne again. Here's Kendall playing with all the confidence of a veteran. Now Lawton. Notice West Ham won't come in a challenge. Ashworth. Notice then two men, Ashworth and Dawson, racing through for Preston. Referee just told Dawson not to go at the goalkeeper as he did then. This is Wilson, who was tricky outside right. Burkitt to Byrne. He's a deep-lying centre forward, roams everywhere. And Byrne is hurt. Byrne is hurt. He's getting up though. He just got a crack on the ankle. Now this is Hurst. Oh, and that's cut a mighty divot, hasn't it? Now Dawson. Dawson back to Spavin. Moore to Byrne. Brown. Now remember that West Ham are always at their most dangerous when they're defending, because they score so many goals in quick breakaways. Kelly at the Preston goal, also wearing gloves, very sensibly. Kendall. Away goes Burkitt for West Ham, leaving it now for Moore. Sissons. Oh, well played, young Kendall. No Wembley nerves about him. This is Holden. Dawson on the left wing. It is right in the front of the picture. Ashworth. West Ham defence forming up then with 2, 4, 5, 6 men massed in front of the goalkeeper. Ross with the throw for Preston. Sissons, but again young Kendall covering his centre half beautifully. Wilson. That's a foul. Levitt was beaten then by the speed of Wilson. 5 minutes gone, no score, free kick to Preston, going to be taken by the outside right. Wilson, now watch for number 9, Dawson. He's dynamite with his head. The chant of North End, North End. There goes number 9. Dawson, a strange player. He was born in Scotland, but played for England schoolboys because he went to live in Hull as a youngster. No early goals then in this cup final. Byrne it's spinning the ball, keeping his body between the ball and the man coming in. Bond. Boys, ooh, pleasant for Dawson. Now to Holden. Lawton. Spavin. Lawton again. A fine tackle by Boyce. Midfield work of the West Ham team. Ross to Wilson. And another foul. Perkins. And Wilson. It was very difficult to know what to do then. Wilson sending it completely the wrong way. Right back Ross to take the free kick. No doubt about the linesman there. Linesman, incidentally, is Mr. Bricknell of Devon, Mr. Stokes of Nottinghamshire on the far side. Ross to Kendall. Beaten by John Sissons, who played in the same victorious England youth team, the team that won the international tournament in Holland at Easter. Foul by Bovington, pushing Ashworth in the back. Incidentally, that England youth team I was talking about, Kendall was the captain. Ross to take the free kick for Preston. Oh, now watch number 9, Ashworth. That's a free kick for West Ham. Dawson was pushing then. The ball dropped to Ashworth. Notice how Dawson put everyone off by climbing so high. Ashworth flagging a foul by Singleton, pushing Byrne in the back. Moore with the free kick. This is Lawton, number 4. Wilson. That is Lawton moving onto the right wing. Lawton. Braybrook. To Byrne. Now Hurst. Fine tackle by Smith. Hard working Spavin to Dawson. Roaming around, trying to draw Brown out of the middle. Holden to Dawson. Back to Spavin. Spavin to take the throw for Preston. Holden to Kendall. Now Lawton. Back to fullback Ross. Now Dawson. A goal, yes, by Holden. Holden has scored. Ten minutes gone. Dougie Holden has put Preston North End into the lead, 1-0. Oh, what do you think about that, Wally Barnes?
No doubt about that. It was a good effort by Dawson. He hit it quickly, but I think the significant thing, Ken, undoubtedly has been that Preston much the more confident of the two sides up in this first 10 minutes.
The scorer after 10 minutes, Dougie Holden, the outside left for Preston. Well, the chip's down now. Lawton, the throw. Spavin back to Lawton. Smith. West Ham's throw. Boyce across to Moore. Now Sissons, that wasn't a good clearance. To Byrne, a lovely one to Sissons, and it's the equaliser! And it's John Sissons equalises in 11 minutes. Near to 12, there's John Sissons, the 18-year-old outside left. Made it 1-1, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Goes on like this, we'll have to get the record books out to see the record final score. Kendall to Lawton. Centre half Singleton. Spavin. Fine young player this. In comes Wilson. Lawton. Linesman flagging again, Bird being pushed in the back by Singleton with the referees waving play on. Holden to Ashworth. Bovington to Moore. Notice the role that Moore plays in this West Ham team. Singleton had slipped then, that's why there was such a roar, but he got up in time. Now Holden. Oh, a beautiful ball from Bovington to Braybrook. Byrne, Hurst going down the middle, that's the tall number 10. That is how he's being covered by down to Howard Kendall. Or again, Hurst. Spavin to Wilson. Spavin again. Singleton, Ashworth. Ham's ball. Strange that the 2 goals have been scored by the outside lefts. Boyce to Bond. Well, I think the sun's even breaking through now. Inside left, Spavin. It's Holden. Singleton, up to Lawton. It's a tiny Preston players must move, get away from the West Ham fellows who are falling back on defence. Holden. So this is the West Ham plan. They won't come in and risk a tackle in this no man's land. They'll just retreat and throw the ball back into the court of the attacker. Spavin. This is Byrne, the centre forward. You can see the West Ham system at work now. And watch them break away. It's Sissons. Byrne beat by Kendall. You read that beautifully. Ashworth. Burkett to Moore. Hurst was moving in. 15 minutes gone, 1 goal each. The scorers, Holden for Preston, Sissons for West Ham, 15 minutes gone. Good job for West Ham that Dawson slipped there. Smith. Forward to Spavin. Notice the amount of work this player's doing. We've got to move the ball rather than carry it into this West Ham defence. Byrne. Hurst waiting. Centre forward position coming close to him now. That's Hurst. Now in comes Sissons. Braybrook to Byrne. Wally, do you think West Ham are coming into it a bit more now?
Yes, I think they've settled a bit more, and undoubtedly the goal against them revived them a bit, but they're beginning to find the open spaces, and the particularly Hurst, of course, is beginning to cause problems to the Preston defence.
Lawton, Smith. This is Braybrook. Byrne teeing it up for Hurst. These two combine so well. This is Byrne. Notice Holden, the Preston outside left back there with his goalkeeper. Wingman coming back to challenge all the time. Oh, what a bad ball. And another bad one from Boyce. Kendall to Wilson. There's Boyce toiling away in midfield, up to Byrne. Sissons moving in the middle. This is Sissons to Hurst. He misjudged the pace of that one. Holden up to Lawton. It's Ashworth on his right, he's got Dawson on his left. Dawson moving in, here's Ashworth coming on his left. It's a corner. Brown just coming in at the vital second. There's Dougie Holden, a former England international. A winner's medal and a loser's medal already. Holden with the corner for Preston. Up goes Dawson. And we've been playing about 18 minutes. Bovington coming in very quickly. Byrne. Norton. Wilson. Boyce again. Bovington. Hurst. He's trying to draw Singleton away, trying to bring the Preston defence out. This is Sissons. And Kendall getting it clear. Byrne back to his left back, Burkett. Ken Dawson do it on his own. He's got Ashford just on his right. That's a neat goal kick by Standard to Boyce. Byrne, the centre forward. See how he roams all over the park. Shows you the value of a wingman like Holden coming back to challenge and intercept. Up now to Spavin. Braybrook facing him first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 West Ham men back now. Out of play. "20 minutes gone. Preston North End 1. West Ham United 1. Spavin with the throw to Holden. Preston's ball. Kendall back to Spavin. Holden. Well, no wonder he looked disappointed. Hurst. Holden. Across to Lawton. An attack of carelessness in that West Ham defence then. Beautiful bit of play by Kendall. To Holden. Dawson, Wilson. The lines was flagging. The lines was flagging. It was a goal kick. It had been over the line. Just over 20 minutes gone, midway through the first half. Notice on the back of Stanton, the West Ham goalkeeper, that he's got the bigger one. He's the only goalkeeper in the Football League who wears numbers. Spavin now to Ashworth. This is Lawton trying to drive his forwards on. Foul. Boyce tripped. Lawton then a free kick to Preston. Up comes Kendall. Goodness, that was moving. And here's Byrne bringing it away to Braybrook. Now Kendall again. That's about his first mistake of the match. Straight to Sissons, waiting for his attack to come up. Braybrook back to Bond. Up comes Burkett. He telegraphed that one. Goal kick. Surprising to see this young boy, Howard Kendall. I know he's played in many youth internationals, but at 17 to be playing as confidently and as well as he is doing on this big occasion is remarkable. Burkett to Moore. It's time Burkett to Byrne. Hurst. Up comes Boyce. Holden, his fullback Smith coming up in support. Spavin back to Smith. Ashworth. Preston, of course, trying to become the first second division club to win the cup since 1931. Ashworth to Spavin. Feel for hands, but of course the ball hit Moore then. There was no intention at all. He couldn't get out of the way. Now Byrne. It's on his own. Notice how Kelly had come 6 yards out to narrow the angle. Just laying himself open to a cute lob. Now Spavin for Preston. Comes Lawton. Spavin hadn't moved forward quickly enough, so it's Bond. Kendall beating Sissons, finding Ross. Now Wilson. And his number 6, Kendall, there to help him. Well, Smith misjudged the pace off the pitch. 25 minutes gone, 1 goal each. Big claim from Holden, which is allowed. Preston's throw. Spavin forward to Holden. Holden appealing for a trip and looking dejected, but I think if he'd gone for that ball, he could have got it. But by appealing to the linesman then, he lost all hope of getting in a wonderful position for the centre. Singleton going straight into the back of Byrne. Free kick to West Ham. Now Hurst. Perhaps taking it a wee bit too far. He might have had a crack. Ashworth to Wilson. And away goes Wilson. Ashworth close to him, just inside him. Corner at the moment. It's by David Wilson as the beating of Burkett, the West Ham left back. Here's Wilson to take the corner. Now Spavin. Raybrook. Deep bit of play. Thought he was going to take it out then. Great scream from old Budger Byrne, as he's called, because he talks so much. Bond. Kendall again, finding Holden. This is Spavin. There's Byrne. In comes Sissons. Very weak finish to promising movement. 28 minutes of the 1964 Cup final gone. Pushing on Brown, free kick to West Ham. Moore to take the free kick for West Ham. Wilson. Lawton. Holden. There is Bond backing away all the time. Inside now to Lawton. Lawton. Up. Never, and it's a corner. This should be teaching Preston a lesson. They can get through if they move the ball quickly like that. Quick wall passes, 1-2 passes, and then a shot right on the half hour now as Wilson takes this corner. Holden, jig it up for Spavin. That looked like hands by Brown. Right. Holden. Oh, Lord. Did he get for Kendall? Wilson taking over. Now Lawton again. West Ham got 10 men back in defence now. Wilson to the right back, Ross. Boyce to Burkett, and now Moore, this tall, powerful left half. To Byrne. Hurst. Braybrook. Can Sissons move in? Out. Wonders bobbing up. Wrong moment. There's the Preston goalkeeper, Alan Kelly. Dublin boy. Quite a few international caps to his credit. Wilson. No foul. More in a spot of bother. It was rather a spectacular dive by Ashworth. He's lying down as if he's hurt, holding his ankle. And referee's given a free kick. It's Dawson who's down. Referee not really concerned. Dawson is now up. It's a free kick to West Ham. Almost looks lining up to kick off, doesn't it? Boyce to Byrne. That's Sissons moving inside. Kendall quick to the tackle. Boyce. Bond. And Kendall once again. Boy, Kendall's playing really well, isn't he, Wally?
He's the most polished player for my money, Ken, on the Preston side. He's playing a remarkably fine game for one so young.
Moore to Hurst. That was Singleton. Notice that Singleton, the Preston centre half, has decided that Hurst is the man who's playing in the normal centre forward position, marking him. Lawton. Dawson then flick to Ashworth. That was a pretty fine effort. Jim Standen, the West Ham goalkeeper, county cricketer as well, Worcestershire, and the first chorus of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles since the kickoff. West Ham supporters aren't swaying as they sing, so that's not a signal for a West Ham goal, but they might get it now. Burn to Hurst, and it's a fine save by Kelly. They say at West Ham they've got to sway before West Ham will score. Well, they nearly broke the rule then, didn't they? Braybrook with the corner. And the goalkeeper's hurt, I think. That shot was really moving. It's his wrist or his hand. So, on to the pitch comes Walter Crook, former Blackburn player, to have a look. Looks like his fingers, doesn't it, Wally?
I should think what happened, Kenny had his fingers slightly curled and the ball was hit very hard and just caught the top of his finger and bent it back. But the trainer appears to be pulling not just one but two or three of them there. And it's painful enough sitting up here watching it without what it's like for the player.
Kelly all right again. Just over half an hour gone, and Braybrook, what a bad corner, it's over the line, goal kick. 35 minutes gone, I think I said 30 then, 35 minutes gone. Interesting to see the West Ham positioning now. Bovington following Ash with the inside right everywhere. And Brown and Moore covering the middle. That's Lawton. Goes back to Brown. Bunchy Byrne finding Hurst. To Sissons. Braybrook. Singleton much better in the air than Byrne. It's Holden back, helping his defence. Dawson's gone on to the left wing. Notice how Lawton, remember the ball now, number 4, moving up with his forwards. Dawson moved in. There he is. And only Moore in the middle. Moore Royce. West Ham at times can be a little overconfident in their intricate defensive play. Oh, now Hurst beating Kendall that time. Firm with him. Maybe a shot. And again, you notice Kelly came right out to narrow the angle, hoping he tries shot rather than the long. Moore. Ross getting it up to Ashwell. Out to Spavin. Holden. There's Ashford again. There's Bovington keeping close to him all the time. It's a corner kick. Well, a lot of the cynics were saying that this would be a bad, unglamorous final, but it's certainly been entertaining enough so far. Plus a couple of goals in 2 minutes. Holden with the corner for Preston. That's how Dawson came in, now it's with Wilson. All West Ham team except Byrne in the penalty area. Ross to Kendall. Back to Ross. Dawson seemed to be pushed down by one then. And Dawson lying down now, Holden. Dawson's all right, he's up. Let's Alex Dawson take a sledgehammer to knock him down and make him stay down. Moore. On the scene comes Wilson, deciding to try his luck inside to Lawton. Preston love those high balls into the penalty area because Dawson is so dangerous in the air, but West Ham so far keeping a close watch on him. Lawton back to Ross. Now Wilson. There's Lawton again. It's too strong for Dawson. Oh, Bond almost getting himself in trouble. Five minutes to go before half-time, and it's 1 goal each. It's a Spavin. Holden. He's got Spavin free if he wants to play it back. Comes Kendall. Oh, it bounced badly for him there, but he's won a corner, but it just bobbed up at the wrong second. Wilson with the corner. Dawson, a goal, a beautiful goal! Stanton had slipped. Stanton had slipped, he was almost down, I think. And then he'd no hope with that one, so it's 2-1 for Preston.
Not only did Stanton slip on that occasion, but also Bryan, going for it, slipped as well. Of course, Dawson is not the man to leave unattended in the penalty area, but it's true to say that Preston deserve, in my opinion, to be 2-1 up at this stage, because they certainly played the more aggressive type football.
West Ham going to hit back as quickly as they did the last time Preston scored. It's Boyce. Those are always nasty ones for goalkeepers, the ones that bounce in front of them. Spavin obstructing ball. Obstruction, so it's an indirect free kick. Probably noticed the right arm of Mr. Holland was raised. Bond with the free kick. Singleton getting it away. Burkett back to Moore. Sissons, Byrne, both caught offside. That is Lawton just telling everyone to calm down. Still keep at it, but don't get overconfident. There were some embarrassed looks, part of those people who'd underrated Preston. Here comes a tank Dawson again. That's Lawton. Boyce beating him with a good tackle. No cause for booing there. There's this anticipation of young Kenley. Goes into the interception. How to hold him. And Dawson again. Goes like a rocket at them. And Dawson still off the field behind the goal, coming back on again now. Really is a human missile, Alex Dawson, when the ball comes across. Now Byrne. Out to Sissons. It's Hurst. Far too often, West Ham have only 3 forwards up. Lawton. Ashworth. Listen to the Preston supporters. It's a throw to Preston. Brown didn't expect that. Spavin coming along to take it. Holden, and Spavin was caught offside. No, is it a foul throw or offside? Offside. Now Byrne, cross to Moore. Sissons on his left, cutting in. And the pass was too near Ross. Now Wilson inside to Lawton. This is Holden. Preston not rushing it, just playing at their own pace. Holden going onto the right wing. Lawton slips it into Spavin. Bond to Brown. Still fighting for it though. Back to Moore. Now Bond. There's Kendall again, beating Byrne. And it's number 10, Spavin. Number 4 is Lawton, and Spavin moving up the return. Holden. Playing it over to his walking pace at the moment. And Dawson! This is Burkett, the referee, looking at his watch. Spavin for Preston, up to Holden. 9 seconds of this first half. And checked by Bond. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's no time to take the free kick. So Preston North End are leading 2-1. And I think just to remind you of the score, the scorers: Holden and Dawson for Preston, and Sissons for West Ham. And there's Howard Kendall, who's played such a fine game. So West Ham kick off for the second half, 1 goal down. Braybrook hardly seen anything of him in this game. Carrying it too far into this back defence. Now Lawton. Now then a chance for Hurst. Notice young Kendall going back to cover as soon as he saw the danger. More under pressure. A dangerous one from Bond. Is it over the line? No. The linesman waving play on. Braybrook again. Back to Bond. West Ham line never really been together. We've never seen 5 forwards up, let alone reinforced by a wing halfback. Ross, Singleton covering him. Kelly. Brown forward to Bond. Kendall again anticipating so well and judging things so well. Crowd groan, but one doesn't blame Smith for that sort of thing in a cup final. Kendall to Holden. Holden putting Kendall in the spot of bother. Would have expected a 17-year-old to panic in a situation like that. Here comes Holden. Holden across to Lawton. Holden again. Beaten by Boyce. Normally West Ham find their men so well when they're playing it out from defence, but they're certainly not doing it this afternoon. Wilson brought down by Burkett. Free kick to Preston. Take it as right back. George Ross, one of the 4 Scots at the Preston side. 3 Scots rather. Forgotten they've suspended one of them. And I think Standon's hurt. He got bumped then by Dawson. Standon still kneeling down at the other end. That's Jim Standon, but he's all right. Just got a bang. Now Sissons. Now Boyce. Preston coming in, winning almost every tackle. Wilson. Lawton. Holden to Lawton. Trying to get through to Edgeworth. He was offside anyway. The referee waving play on because it's more in possession for West Ham. Now to Sissons. Are we going to see one of West Ham's breaks? Well, there was a great ooh at that, but you could see how far wide it was, and there was no one with any hope of being able to come in and turn it into the net. And Dawson had to run to the trainer then to get a spare pair of laces, one with stuffing coming down or something. There's Dawson, you can see him there right in the middle of the picture. He is having trouble with one of his stockings. I think he's managed to tie it up now though. Bond with the throw for West Ham. To Byrne. Singleton. Caught that one rather nastily. Trainer going over to have a look at him. Tom Singleton, the Preston centre-half, the man who got that sensational goal in the semi-final against Swansea Town, the first and only goal he's ever scored in his footballing career. It's 5 minutes of the second half gone. So far there's been no change of plan by West Ham. Well, it's not so much the plan they want to change, it's their execution of their plan. The scorers Holden and Dawson for Preston, and for West Ham, Sissons. Singleton, all right again. Ashworth. Dawson. That was an obvious one. Now then, Byrne has got room. It's to work. But hoping for a through one, onto which Jeff Hurst could run. Birkin, well, that's not very distinguished sort of stuff, is it? Bond, and now Hurst has got this one. Kent, no, he'll never reach it. It's a corner. And I see signs of Brown, the tall West Ham centre half, moving up to the corner. Dawson going to shadow it. There's Brown, number 5, and Hurst. Oh, goal! It's a goal! Hurst has scored. Hurst has scored the inside left. Jeff Hurst, after 7 minutes of the second half. West Ham are level at 2 goals each.
That was one occasion when Dawson hasn't beaten Brown in the air, and it was Brown's headed forward there, of course, which caused all the problem.
Here's Dawson. Taking the throw is Kendall. Oh, and the I'm Forever blowing bubbles louder than ever now. This is Boyce. A neat ball by Boyce to Braybrook. Byrne back to Braybrook. This is more like West Ham. He's going to get his shot in. Seemed to me he had a chance, but Wilson, beaten by Bovington. Here's Sissons. Now Braybrook. Well, that was a push by Dawson. Straight into the back of Brown. Free kick to West Ham. There's Hurst. Now Byrne and Bovington. Well, we've seen more fire, more punch, more go about West Ham in the last couple of minutes than we've seen the whole of the match. Alan Kelly in the Preston goal looks calm enough, confident enough. Ten minutes of the second half gone, 2 goals each. Lawton, now here comes Moore. Now Hurst. It's Kendall with him. Byrne racing to make ground, and it's a corner. If Hurst could have just got that ball and pulled it back, Byrne was running in. A wonderful chance. Now up comes Brown again, the centre half, shadowed by Dawson. There they both are. Dawson in the white shirt. As Braybrook takes the corner. Now Sissons. Well, let's be charitable and say that was a wonderful back pass by Kendall. Must have had a split second of agony as he saw the ball slide off his foot. Smith. Boyce. Braybrook. In now to Boyce. Through to Hurst. Hurst looking as if he wanted a free kick, but Mr. Holland waving play on. Holden. That's Wilson, the outside right, gone over the far left wing. Boyce up to Byrne. Ashworth, number 8, come back to reinforce the defence. Now Hurst, Sissons coming up on the left. Here's Sissons. The tension and the excitement really mounting now. It's mounting because the first time in the match, West Ham really look as if they're coming into their own. Preston far from done for. Here's Ashworth. Through to Dawson. This is a beautiful ball. Still lots of sting left in Preston North End. Now Byrne. Singleton finding Wilson. Ashworth to Dawson. This is Wilson again. Preston's ball. Wilson going to take the throw. Ashworth. And look at Morton coming in. It all seemed lost. Moore can't get it back to his goalkeeper. That fine bit of play to get yourself out of trouble like that. It's up with Braybrook. Here's Hurst. Back to Byrne. Fine bit of play there by Singleton. Now Holden to Spavin. Sissons to Burkett. Kendall to Spavin, the man they said couldn't sleep last night. Ashworth finding Wilson. Bovington's a fearsome tackler. Finding Byrne. Bovington to Byrne. Back to Bond. Boys hasn't moved up at all. West Ham never to have 5 forwards up. Now Hurst moving forward. And Dawson to Ashworth. Clearances, the West Ham goalkeeper standing. Boys to Bovington. Byrne taking over. Finding Hurst. Braybrook, and I don't think I've ever seen Dougie Holden come back and tackle and worry and fight for the ball as much as he's doing in this game. Bond. Now Byrne. Oh, a beautiful bit of play. Stopped his foot in the ground. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. 2 goals each. Preston's ball. Holden into Spavin. Cuts Morton. Boys who gets it away to Sissons. Byrne looks offside, he is offside. Quite rightly so too. The crowd are howling because when Byrne got that ball, he was a good 2 yards onside, wasn't he? But it's not when he gets the ball that counts, it's when the ball is last played. Singleton, of course, chased back after the ball had been played.
At this stage, undoubtedly, West Ham have come very much back into the picture because they're beginning to control the middle of the field with Boyce and Bovington.
Preston's throw. See, that was a nasty divot that Sissons cut up in his turn, wasn't it? Wilson. Back to Ross. That could be a nasty one. Now in comes Wilson. To Holden. Ken Brown must be a good goal for the West Ham centre half. He's just replaced a huge divot that's been kicked up. Sissons again. This is Boyce. Now Boyce coming more into the game. Holden coming back to challenge him every time he goes for the ball. Now Lawton. Ashworth. Dawson. Ashworth. That's a fine clearance by Bond to Byrne. A throw to West Ham. Braybrook with the throw to Bovington. Dawson to Norton. Holden to Lawton. Holden again. Spavin's gone onto the left wing. Jim Standen. One time is playing for Luton and has never thought he'd get back into the big time. There's Moore to Byrne, and Moore going up the left wing. And finding Hurst, that's a beautiful ball. Can't waste the smallest split second against this Preston side. Byrne, shadowed by Lawton. It's a favourite trick of West Ham, this long one down the middle. Hurst normally very fast off the mark, loves that sort of a pass. Moore finding Byrne. Up comes Burke at the left back. Burkett to take the throw. Oh, we're supposed to throw it the other way. So Byrne going to have a shot. Sissons. Sissons going to get through to Byrne. Hurst and Braybrook in the middle. There's Hurst! Well, 100,000 people wondering how Hurst managed to miss that. It's never so easy, of course, when you're in Hurst's position out on the field, having to touch it into the net. Sissons to Burkett. Now Moore. Kendall again. Now it's Dawson. Ashworth. Fine effort by Ashworth. 20 minutes of the second half gone. 2 goals each. Now Byrne. Kendall watching him. And Sissons going on to the left wing. And here comes Hurst again. Where there's Hurst, there's always Singleton. Inches away. Boyce. To Bond. Just riding that one. Now to Boyce. Back to Bond. Byrne can't get up to those anything like as well as Hurst can. Burkett. Throw to Preston. Norton. That's Moore getting it away. Norton again. Short one to Wilson. Now Burkett up to Sissons. Wilson coming back to help the defence. Ross got a good clearance. It's Boyce now to Burkett. As to Byrne. To Sissons. Byrne again. Braybrook, and West Ham's throw. Now Byrne. This is Sissons. Oh, a lovely bit of work. And notice how Kendall failed to touch that into his own goal. Just pull back at the right second. Corner.
So at this stage, Preston appear to be tiring a bit. They're certainly losing the middle of the field, and Lawton has drifted out of the picture in the second half as he dominated, and the first he's drifted out of it, I'm afraid.
Notice Brown up there again with Dawson. On to Braybrook. West Ham really piling on the pressure now. Well, Bond just made the goal kick then. Only about 5 yards from the corner flag. And notice Kelly doing a spot of repairs to the ground. It's Holden. Spavin coming up, square with him, and Smith has gone onto the outside left position. Here's Spavin. Carrying that ball too much, and that's a beautiful ball to Hurst. Well, Kendall did quite enough then. He put Hurst off, put him out of his stride, so Singleton could come through. Holden, Wilson going across to help him. There's Wilson. Through to Ashworth. Now this is more to Byrne. And notice Singleton, they pressed centre half. Then his stockings come down, discarded shin pads. Kendall up to Spavin. Side perhaps that Singleton maybe feeling a wee bit of cramp. Now it's Spavin. To Holden. A bit of a wild lunge by Bond. Up to Spavin. Comes Wilson. Now Dawson. Notice how that one was swerving. Now we have 20 minutes left. And the two teams deadlocked. 2 goals each. Spavin to Lawton, now to Holden. That's a lovely ball to Ashworth, and how unlucky can you be? More in trouble, so Ashworth back to Holden. Preston now coming back into their old aggressive style. Picture one of our radio cameras. Now, Byrne. And Byrne pulled up, rubbing his leg, but he's all right. Just a bang on it. Pulled it back to Smith. West Ham's ball. No doubt about whose ball that is. Wally Barnes explained earlier on in our transmission, when you're playing a 4-2-4, it's the middle of the field that really counts. Preston controlled it in the first half, well on top. Now West Ham are beginning to control it. Here's Kendall. To Spavin. Ashworth. Byrne and not even Bobby Moore had the speed to make that one. So back goes Moore into defensive position. Ross trying to find Ashworth. Big shoulder charge by Bovington. Dawson. Holden. Dawson and Ashworth open in the centre forward position. That's Lawton, a man moving inside was Wilson. Up goes Dawson. Dawson's all right, just taking a long time to get up. Sissons. Henning Hurst. Oh, Kendall was pulling him then. The referee spotted him. Free kick to West Ham. He's going to take the free kick. Just over a quarter of an hour left to play. And it's Moore who's going to take the free kick for West Ham. Kelly finding Dawson. Spamming back to Smith and now it's Holden. West Ham's ball. Hurst back to Boyce. This is Bond, the right back. That is how Brown and Moore were covering each other then. Brown was the man who finally got possession. Smith. Spavin, now Smith again. Long one for Dawson to climb up to. And it's Brown who wins it that time. Lawton. Noticed in the second half, Brown has been judging his jumps better than he did in the first half. He's been getting more of the balls in the air. Lawton. Referee signalled for a goal kick, but I think the referee has given a foul. Yes, a free kick to Preston. Skipper Lawton to take it. Ashworth is offside. And that's a foul by Singleton on Hurst, a free kick to West Ham. It's Bond. Dawson playing it back to Lawton. Just forgot about the left back coming in. That's out to Byrne. Sissons is inside, so too is Hurst. That's Sissons sprinting forward. That's the ball to him. And Ross cutting it off. Smith forward to Spavin. This is Holden. This time it's Moore covering up behind Brown. Bond. Sissons. Ross now finding Lawton out to Wilson. Corner, Preston. Both teams now trying to slow it down a bit. The pace is telling on them. I see Bobby Moore is screaming at Braybrook, I think, to come back. Come back and help. Pressure on West Ham at the moment as Wilson takes the corner. Holden back to Stoke. Holden again. Sissons come back to help. Hurst trying to find Byrne, but Byrne wasn't up enough. Kendall to Lawton. Now to Spavins, midfield general with Lawton. Dawson to Wilson. Lawton's on his right. Here's Lawton. And come Preston, pegging away. Spavin to Lawton, number 4. Ashworth. Beautifully cleared by Moore, and now Hurst to Byrne, and Hurst following up the return. West Ham have got 3 forwards up only. It's out to Braybrook. Sissons making ground slowly to join them. In comes Hurst, and the corner. You remember I said that West Ham are dangerous when they're defending. That's the quick breakaway they can make. And there's number 10 Hurst, the man who nearly scored. And now number 11 Sissons to take the corner. And Royce. And the goalkeeper rolling in agony as Moore, and has the whistle gone? It's a corner, and here's Alan Kelly, the goalkeeper, with 10 minutes left to play, 2 goals each.
Naturally, when he came down there, I think he came across the hip of either Hurst or Braybrook, who'd gone up for that corner, and I should think it's very, very painful indeed. Let's hope it's repairable in a few seconds. It'd be a pity, really, to spoil such an attractive game that we've had this afternoon, although both sides are getting a little tired, and as to be expected, because it's been played at a very fine pace throughout. It's always one of the problems, of course, when the goalkeeper goes up high and 2 players are coming in. When he drops, it's anybody's guess that he's going to be all right as he comes down, and the unfortunate incident there, I think, is no fault of anybody at all.
The scorers for Preston, Dawson and Holden. For West Ham, Hurst got the second, Sissons the first. Number 5, there's Singleton. Number 11, Holden. Well, you can see where the trouble is. And it's a very, very painful bang he's obviously got. It's right on the hip bone. Well, you recognize the burly figure of Alex Dawson standing there. Well, at least he's up on his feet.
Although the players are getting a rest whilst the injured goalkeeper is being attended to, of course, they have got to get started again, and muscles, of course, get very tired when they are, or even more tired than the tired condition they're in already. So we'll probably see a rather slowish start from this corner, but once they've been moving again for a few seconds, they'll be all right. But it looks like Kelly is all right again now. At least he's up on his feet, but how all right he is, just have to wait and see till he has to move quickly.
If you remember, and I don't think he is all right, is he? You remember in the sixth round, near the end, the Sunderland goalkeeper got a similar bang, and from a corner, Manchester United got a goal that one of the goals that helped them to draw and actually win the second replay, go through to the semi-final. Well, Alan Kelly's still in pain, but it takes a lot to get a man off the cup final. The corner's been taken, and Sissons. West Ham, of course, will try all they can to get Kelly in action very quickly, but it's Holden racing away for Preston. It's Spavin. Lawton sensibly moving up, creating space for himself. Moore anticipating that, and Lawton screaming, asking his men to go for the ball, and now can Byrne do it, and Kelly is limping very badly as he ran after that. Now limping back to his goal, but what a fine pass it was to Holden. Spavin. There's something to get close to it. Now, Wilson. Goodness, wanted someone had just been following up. Now, Byrne. Boyce, one of the midfield men for West Ham. Hurst. Sisson's gone into the centre forward position. Splendid tackle by Spavin. The boy that youngster gets no publicity at all in this Preston side. Now Ashford to Lawton. Now to Wilson. 5 minutes left, not counting injury time. 2 goals each. It's beginning to look like extra time, which should be the signal for a goal any second. Right, Spavin. Game has slowed down since that injury, as Wally Barnes said it would. Ashford to Holden. Wilson. It was a fine effort. See how uneasily Kelly is moving. Ross finding Spavin. Now Boyce forward to Bovington, and Smith coming in very quickly. Now Dawson and Lawton. Shadow by Byrne trying to get through, but it's Moore coming away with it. Byrne now on Moore's left. There he is. Moore, beauty. Singleton getting it away. Kendall fighting. Lawton. Wilson to Ashworth. Rather slow to start, and it's West Ham's throw. Moore. Spavin, and Bovington anticipating that well. Forward now to Byrne. Up comes Braybrook. There's Bovington on his right. There's Bovington onside. Boys back to Moore. Now Byrne coming back to find the open spaces, giving himself room in which to work. Now Sissons. anticipation by Kelly. Ashworth. You notice now a lot of players are underneath. The stockings, let the stockings roll down over the boot tops. It's a sign of tiredness. Now it's Holden into Spavin. Now Lawton looks disgusted with himself as he got underneath that one. Standen finding more. Ross. Ross getting it back from his goalkeeper. More up to Bovington. Nice dummy which Lawton bought. Boyce. This is Hurst. Burn in the middle, so Sissons. Now by my watch, the 90 minutes are up, so we're in the injury time. And I should say about 3 minutes of that. So we're 3 minutes away from extra time. Lawton did wonderfully well to get that and pull back by Bond. And it's Bovington rolling in agony. Bovington, the right half of West Ham United. Having a look at him, Nobby Lawton. Shin pads coming out, the victim of the old Wembley cramp. And Kelly having a bit more of the old embrocation. And Singleton sitting down, massaging his calf muscles too in the centre circle. Ooh, and that's how much it hurts. Now, Braybrook too, I notice, has got his stockings down. Well, these players realise they've got another half hour to go unless someone can get a goal in about the next 2 minutes. I should say there's about 2 minutes of injury time left. Now Ashworth. Everything's worth a risk at this stage of the game. Now away goes Hurst. Can he do it in the dying seconds? Braybrook. Are we going to have a sensational ending? Yes, we are! It's a goal, and that must be the winner! That must be the winner. Boyce has got it, and there can only be seconds left for play as Byrne doing somersaults. And it looks as if Boyce has got the winner, and the cup is going to West Ham.
That's the man, of course, that scored the goals against Manchester United that brought them to Wembley, at least 2 of the 3 goals. And on their play in the second half, West Ham just about deserved to be there, but again it's the quick movement out of defence into the attack and the all-important goal as far as West Ham and Boyce are concerned.
I was just going to say we haven't had extra time since 1947, and just before I could get it out, Boyce has got the 3rd goal for West Ham. And it's a free kick. Ashworth brought down. Well, don't tell me we're going to have... He's got a nasty crack on the ankle. Don't tell me we're going to have a sensational ending with an equaliser coming. You'll remember that Preston North End once won the cup when they won by 1-0 in 1938 against Huddersfield Town with a penalty goal in the last minute of extra time. And now, in the very last seconds, they have a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. But when they had that penalty, they'd only the goalkeeper to face. Now they've got 11 West Ham players. I think Spavin is going to tee this one up for Dawson. Yes. Wilson Lawton. Well, I think I'd have given a set scrum almost for that. Throw to Preston. Everyone's got to pile up now for Preston. Now Boyce, the hero of West Ham, and the whistle goes, and West Ham United have won the FA Cup. West Ham United have won it. A sensational ending with a goal in the very last minute, actually playing it extra time, and what a wonderful sight. John Sissons and Howard Kendall are embracing each other. There they are, the two youth internationals, the two players who play in the victorious England youth team. Wonderful to see that, and I think Kendall looks terribly disappointed, but what a wonderful final he's had, and the West Ham players know the way they're embracing him now. A day I'm sure he'll never forget. The two goalkeepers going to each other now. And now a sight that I always hate to see at Wembley, the losers who played so well now walk off all on their own. There they are, nobody bothering with them. The goalkeeper limping painfully. But everyone wants the winners. I'm sure that Preston will get a great roar from their own supporters when they go on. And now the lap of honour for the winners. The Preston fans to our right rise to their team, but look what the West Ham supporters will do to our left. Well, all those pretty bubbles that they were blowing didn't fade and die. I'm glad to see that in a few moments we'll be able to have a word with Howard Kendall, the boy who's done so well on the losing side. But for the moment, stay with the winners. What a hot time it's going to be in the East End of London tonight. Jim Standen and Ernie Bovington holding the cup at the moment. And Bobby Moore has pinched one of the he's pinched one of the supporters' banners, and is running on the Greyhound track with Johnny Byrne. It's a great big hammer. There they are, Johnny Byrne on the right, Bobby Moore on the left, and I hope Johnny Byrne remembers he's got that lid in his hand. And Ken Brown has got a supporter's hat on. Ken Brown, the centre half, has got this with a claret and blue hat. There's John Bond. And the great swaying over to our left too. I'm Forever blowing bubbles. A fantastic sight, a sight we've never seen at Wembley before. Well, it didn't hurt, did it? And There's Bobby Moore with the cup being taken towards our radio camera, where you can see David Coleman now. And so, from a high perch overlooking the ground, I think David Coleman is ready to talk to Bobby Moore.
Bobby, I should think you were thinking in terms of extra time, weren't you?
Well, it looked very much like it, David, but we got a lucky, well, not a lucky goal, we got a good goal at the right time. We're really thankful.
I must say, once or twice it did look as if you might be in trouble behind Price.
It looked very much that way, but we always felt that when we were behind, we always felt that we were likely to score goals, but of course we preferred it when we were in front.
Bobby, what about the half-time chant when you were 2-1 down? And Preston really had quite a good first half, hadn't they?
Yes, well, we felt that Preston had a really good first half, mainly to our own downfall, by giving them too much space in midfield. And we had a quick chat in the dressing room at half-time, and we felt that we tightened up a lot, and we were, well, never really in danger, but we were more on top and more dominated, David.
Towards the end of the game, when it was 2-2, were you getting signals from the line about the time?
I never once knew what time, how long there was to go. But I gathered from the referee once we had scored that there was very little time to go.
You know, in fact, the goal came in injury time, do you?
I didn't know. Well, thanks to the injury, I got injured.
We better just hold the cup in, Bobby, and let's have a good look at it. There it is. The FA Cup, West Ham, this year. Well, now let's have a word with the losing captain, Nobby Lawton. Nobby, you must at least have thought you'd go to extra time and have another chance.
Yes, well, we're quite happy to give West Ham a good game, but a bit disappointed at losing, you know.
Yeah. Did you know how close it was to extra time?
Well, yeah, I thought...
Could you just turn around on camera where I can get a good look at you?
When the goalkeeper was injured, the trainer said there was 5 minutes to go, and we thought, well, it's about, you know, not long to go, really. And
Actually, it's rougher here than on the pitches. Should we just move a little bit round here, out of the way of the press boys? Yeah. Sorry. What were we going to say?
Well, I said West Ham deserved to win, and they're the best team on the day, but we gave them a good game, and we're quite happy. We're disappointed we lost, but that's football.
Certainly in the first half, Nobby, with you buzzing around in midfield and controlling the game, you looked as if you might stitch it up.
Yes, we played well the first half, but I think West Ham changed the tactics in the second half, and they didn't allow me much scope in the second half to get into the game as much. But I enjoyed it very much.
It did look as if both teams were tiring a little bit.
Yes, well, it was a fast game. It started fast early on, you know.
Good, well, bad luck, Nobby. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, now here's the youngest player ever to play in a final at Wembley, Howard Kendall. Well, Howard, what was it like from your point of view as a youngster coming out here, almost unexpectedly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very unexpected, but fantastic to play.
What about the atmosphere at Wembley?
Oh, terrific.
Did it worry you? Were you nervous at all?
Yeah, very nervous before the start, but once we got on, it was all right.
In what way you were nervous? Just tummy churning and things like that?
Well, I don't letting the side down most of the you know, I didn't want to let the lads down.
Certainly, though, you got an early feel of the ball, didn't you, in the first minute, and you looked confident.
Yeah.
Once the game was underway, you had no nerves at all?
No.
Howard, did you know how long there was to go at the finish?
No.
You had no idea? So you don't know how close you got to extra time? Well, let's have a look at that loser's medal. Have you got it there?
Yeah.
We usually see the winners' medals, but not very often the losers. And at 17, you're the youngest man ever to have one. There we are.
Very proud of it.
Thank you very much, Howard. Thank you. Now, a quick word with Ron Boyce, who was lucky enough to get that winning goal, and it really mattered, Ron.
One of them things.
Pardon?
It was just one of them things. I didn't have a good game all through it. Last minute and you get it, it comes your way.
I must say, you look as if you've done some work. It's
I've
absolutely
done some
pouring
work.
off you.
Yeah, well, when you get this result, you don't care how much work you do.
Tell me to the build-up to the goal. When did you realise you got to turn
Well,
the
I
scoring?
thought it was coming off. He's been floating them over, you know, far post all the time. And I thought, well, if I get there, there's a chance. And, well, it was on, and that was it. And it just went in very lucky.
Did you two know how long there was to go? I mean, you were right at...
No, I had no idea at all, no. No, I asked the lads afterwards, they said about 2 minutes.
Well, you got the goal and it mattered, Ron.
Oh, well.
Many congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, now here's Arthur Holland. Arthur, this is your last big match, of course, isn't it?
It is in England, anyway.
I think there may be one or two comments in the morning in the newspapers about the fact the goal was scored in extra time.
Well, it's supposed to be extra time when there's injury.
Yes.
You want 90 minutes football, don't
In
you?
fact, on my watch, we were about 2 minutes into extra time. What was it on yours? How much extra time did you allow?
About 2.5 minutes.
About 2.5 minutes, you thought?
Yes.
So you'd no doubt at all that the...
Well, it was 2 minutes with the goalkeeper at the far end. I mean, you've got to have 90 minutes football. You can't have 87 and 87 and a half. You want 90 minutes football. So extra time you've got to play.
Now, what about the game from your point of view?
Well, I think it's been a good football game, which I expected. Preston gave it a good game of football because they can play.
Good, thank you very much, Arthur.
Yep.
Best of luck in your retirement. Just a quick final word. In fact, we can take them together, perhaps. The two managers, Ron Greenwood and Jimmy Milne. Congratulations to you, Ron.
Thank you, Dave.
And commiserations to you. It got very close, Jimmy, didn't it?
Oh, I thought it was always an interesting game. I thought it couldn't go either way. I thought the ground was a little bit heavy. Took it out the players. I thought a few of them looked tired.
Of course, there was a time twice in front, Jimmy. You must have thought you got the FA Cup going your way.
No. You never beat the final whistle in this game, and your team's got to realise that.
Ron, for you, sitting on the bench there, you must have been biting your nails towards the finish.
Well, I don't think I bite my nails. I've lost my hair. The lads have ruffled it up a little for me.
Did you find it difficult to watch?
Oh, no. As Jimmy said, all games are interesting to watch, and our job is to analyse, and we can't afford to let emotions take over. And as Jimmy said, I feel that it looked at 2-2 near the end. It could have gone either way. Luckily enough, it came our way.